Hey there, it's Kate, video log 7 for my English 307 writing process class. Video log 7 states, record your perceptions on your introduction to writing. How does it compare with Lamott's, which is a book we are reading for class, a kind of informal way of writing about the writing process. How are you planning on framing your introduction to writing? What are your fears about the assignment? What is exciting about the assignment? Pull in examples from Lamont and your experience to bring video to life. So, I'm actually really freaking annoyed right now because I had actually pretty much finished my drafted paper for this assignment, my introduction to writing, and can't find it, have no idea where it is, so probably going to end up having to rewrite it, which is really annoying because it's not like I have all the time in the world. But other than that, so let's see. My introduction to writing. So as I remember it, ever since I was a little kid, I have loved to read. I mean, I learned to read at a very early age. I was devouring novels by the time I was 5, 6. I could read at a very early age, and I loved it, and that is what I did. I was that kid that you would always find in a corner reading a book. And so I read a book, I think when I was 6 or 7, probably more closer to 8, probably closer to 8. And I read this book. It's called Julia of the Wolves. And I can't remember who it's by right now, but I had it on my paper. And I loved that book. It was about a girl who lives among wolves, and she's raised by them, and just a really cool book to read, and I love wolves. And so after I started reading this book, and when I finished it, I wanted to write my own book. So I got on my parents' old Gateway computer, the big one, that kind, big old PC, and started writing my little book. And I don't remember how far I got or if I really got anywhere with it, but it's kind of how I started really wanting to write. Like, I already loved stories, but that was when I actually did it. And over the years, I tried to keep diaries and journals, and journals and diaries just I didn't really get anywhere with them. I never really liked writing about my everyday life and thought it was really boring. So I ended up writing, poetry and little stories and things like that. I always loved to tell stories. Let's see. So when I started high school, I, definitely started crafting my writing and writing more formally, and trying to turn things in for awards and publication, etc. And I just love writing. I've always loved writing, and one second. And it's just something. My family's. It's kind of hard to talk about this. It kind of leads into what are your fears about this project, and writing for me is kind of like a personal thing, more personal than it normally would be for other people, just because it's a way that I connect with my emotions and release them. And there's a lot more backstory to that, but I don't really want to get into it on this YouTube video log. So, but basically it's just always been like a release for me. I've dealt with some anger issues, so it's been really helpful. I also just love escaping into other worlds. I play video games like Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I just got Dragonborn, so that's just a way of me saying goodbye to the world and just taking this time to either create a world for myself or jump into another one that someone else has created. I don't think my introduction's going to be as funny as Lamott's. She just has a really funny sense of humor. Mine's a little more serious because it has to do with some personal things that I don't think are very funny. But, I guess I can make them funny. Maybe. Maybe I'll go for a new angle. I guess that's exciting. And let me think. And basically, I already framed my paper, but now it's gone. So I just framed it when I wrote it, so I'll probably do about the same thing. I had, like, you know, a timeline, how I started writing and how it led into where I am now. And then I included, like, why I write and why I really fell in love with it. And so that's really what I was planning on doing for this assignment, what I already did for this assignment. So that's really my introduction to writing, a shortened version of it. If you want the full introduction to writing, you can check out my website at catersgonnakate.com. So thank you. See you again soon.